Hold on, guys. I'm purposely smoking this because I'm trying to make what's it called? I'm trying to make a statement, and that pretty much what it is check it out. As per usual, I wasn't even going to make a video today. I just had to come out and say that pretty much I'm 100% positive that this stupid bombing bullshit going on in DC is a false flag. Do I care to go into it? Do I care to analyze it? No, not really. No one in their right mind does that shit. Okay, you know who does that shit? Informants or agents or people in psyops. And I would say that sounds crazy if it wasn't for the fact that there's been the Gulf of Tonkin, there's been the Bay of Pigs, there's been Lusitania, yada yada yada, 9/11. A lot of people say, and I am one of them. Inside job, all that bullshit. You know, hydroxychloroquine isn't a cure, but it is. If there wasn't so much bullshit about them, like I'm surprised they haven't brought up duck and cover. You guys remember duck and cover? Duck and cover was apparently in the 60s because of the threat of a nuclear war was so good that it was so big that they were like, if there's a nuclear war, you just get under your desk and get into a fetal position and you'll be safe from the fallout blast. No, that was so you orderly die and you don't make a mess. That's what it's really about. They even had a song, Duck and Cover, or whatever the fuck it was. I'll see if I can find it. But the point is, government has a long list of getting caught lying to its people. So I'm not going to be shocked when it turns out this is some kind of a psyop. Why? How's the election audit going? How's all the voter fraud evidence coming out? A lot of it, isn't it? Right? So kind of just goes to show that it kind of makes more sense that all this Afghan bullshit. By the way, everyone is saying now that Afghanistan, like, it's kind of funny because Afghanistan had a bunch of gold reserves for the past 20 years built up. They couldn't bring any Americans, but they were able to get all the fucking gold out of that country pretty fucking fast, weren't they? Mm-hmm. Makes you think a little bit, right? Makes you think about all this cryptocurrency, silver, gold bullshit. You should be getting some right now. Why don't you have some? But yeah, the reason why I'm wearing this thing, back in the day when we played football, we would rip the sleeves off and put them on our head. So that way, you know, because these bunch up and then this hurts from the helmet. So this protects your head and then it doesn't bunch up here. And I sent the girls off to some concert. They're going to hang out with their friends and have all their them time. But see, while you all are freaking out over bullshit, I was playing, what was it? You know, because they're like I will say this: there is I am learning there is a massive difference between half Asian and Asian. Like half Asian looks tiny compared to like a bunch of other Americans. Asian is tiny, tiny, tiny. Like, look, one of these girls was wearing a skirt as if it was a shirt, as if it was a skirt. Okay, her waist is as small as some of these fucking American bitches' necks. No bullshit. That's a tiny ass girl. All right, tiny, 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 tiny. So while all this crazy shit was like, I found out about this shit like an hour ago. While all this shit was going on, you know what we were doing? We were playing a role playing game that I like to call Alexander pacifies the Indus Valley, and essentially what it is I'm a Greek hoplite or a Roman centurion, depending on the day or whatever. And I'm in charge of an army of phalanxes or soldiers, and we're about to invade your town. But instead of invading the town, at the last minute, they decided to give me the girls as a tribute, and they met all our demands. And on top of that, they promised us a feast. As soon as we're done pacifying the rest of the kingdoms, we can come back to their kingdom and have a feast there. And we didn't even ask for the girls. They threw that in for me just to show how serious they were about throwing us a feast. All we have to do is keep on winning, and they keep on giving me shit like that. So this is me taking off my battle armor. I'm going to plow the fields for a little bit. I'm going to plow the rice fields, and then I'm going to go back out there and finish conquering the Indus Valley. That's the game we were playing. But I just want to come ahead and go ahead and Freudian slip. I just want to go ahead and say that look, all this shit is a distraction. And the only people who don't know that are the morons who are actually rooting for the Taliban. There are people right now who are rooting for the Taliban, and are saying that America just needs to work with them and all that bullshit. And most of them are the ones who, if you voted for Biden and you're still trying to defend him and all that bullshit, you're basically pro-Taliban right now. Now, I'm just going to give you a story of two types of people, right? The type of people who are anti-Joe Biden and know the election was stolen, or type of people who are, they're hardworking people, they feel betrayed by their government, they're trying to make ends meet, and they're looking to invest in cryptocurrencies so that way they can make their dreams turn into realities. The other ones who are pro-Biden tend to talk loudly and go, you know, let me, like shit like that, right? Because they think that acting like a retard is going to make up for the fact that they have no legitimate argument, and they're trying to make you think they're cool because apparently 30 years ago, Martin on the show did shit like that. I have a cousin who acts, or I haven't seen this motherfucker in 20 years, thank God, but motherfucker acts like that. Now, I'm going to remind everyone that I'm part Spanish. I was pretty much raised by Spanish people who don't speak English. The only people who actually talk like that and act like that surround themselves with people who don't speak English, so that way they can't criticize their stupid ideas. Okay? Those type of people try to make their dreams come true by using other people's resources and by basically making problems for everyone else. As a matter of fact, they're cherry cases to the point that allegedly, hypothetically, if one of them was to get into an argument with someone else and that person approached the person whose equipment it was in reality and said, if this is a money thing, I'll cut you a check for twice as what they're paying you just so I don't have to deal with the bullshit. And they were like, oh, well, thanks. I could use the money because they're trying to shut down this place and make it a Zumba place. But how about we just be nice and you can do me a personal favor and just let them do that stupid bullshit. I'm like, okay, I can keep my mouth shut because I'm just going to come here and work out and then go home and get laid and all that bullshit. But that's pretty much what it is. There's the people who are producing shit and there's the people who are using other people's shit. That's what it comes. And I'll even go one further than that. It's neither here nor there, but it's probably that they're even doing that shit because they're trying to meet girls. And the fact of the matter is, if you're 400 or 500 pounds, no girl's going to notice that you have a great personality over the fact that you have 400, 500 pounds. They friend zone you really fast, and then they start hitting on me when I'm trying to jump rope, and then they stop coming because they don't want to deal with your shit. So that's the tale of the two cities, all right? So most people who are trying to justify anything Joe Biden is doing, they fall into the category of don't live in reality, don't know what's going on, think loud and obnoxious makes up for having no argument and want you to give them free shit. Okay? That's what it comes down. The ones who know that this shit was stolen, who are just sitting back and waiting for it all to come out, this is a false flag like everything else was, are the ones who are buying crypto, buying silver, and getting ready for, I mean, they can, at some point in time, they're going to run out of bullshit and they're going to have to face the fact that the election was stolen. How many CIA agents and FBI agents are you going to sacrifice in the process? I don't particularly care. It doesn't involve me. While you guys do all this bullshit, I'm fucking begging Asian girls, not half Asian girls, not quarter Asian, not, do their hair like they're Asian. I'm actually begging Asian girls while I fucking just work out and get ready to store all my money into silver and crypto. I mean, the only reason why I can think of why people would want to do the other bullshit is because they don't want to deal with reality. And it goes back down to, if you have to realize that you spent 40 or 50 years talking to people who just shake their head and nod at you because they just want the free shit you give them, it's a pretty tough pill to swallow because it means you've wasted your time. Okay? So just like the deep state's going to find out that all these false flags are a waste of fucking time, at the end of the day, they're going to have to deal with this shit. This fucking horse, it's fucking horse shit is what it is. Like, honestly, I love my country, I hate my government, and I'm sick of this bullshit. Like, at what point in time are we gonna stop letting these fucking losers hold us back? Like, it's fucking John, and this is the thing, people don't understand. Smart people don't go burn shit down. They go John Galt. They leave you the fuck alone so you can ruin your own shit and they keep the resources. That's what it comes down to. So, I mean, that's all that is on that. And I mean, it's all hypothetical and whatnot, but no bullshit, really. Like, you have to understand something. When you say something like, yeah, I'll cut you a check and I'll double whatever they're giving you just so I can deal with their bullshit, and they tell you they're giving me nothing. I'm just doing it to try to give them a place because I'm trying to brainstorm and be nice and whatnot. And it's like, oh shit, so you're getting walked all over. Damn, that sucks. Welcome to being surrounded by Biden voters, getting walked all over. Anyways, peace out.